It had been a beautiful day out on the ocean waves, and as the festivities continued on the deck, one member of the party spotted something unusual in the water. Soon they realized that what they initially mistook for a floating object was, in fact, a living creature in need of their help. Without a moment's hesitation, the group altered their course and headed toward the stranded creature. In May 2016, a heartwarming story emerged about two couples enjoying a day at sea. Bruce and Robin Connect, along with their friends Michael and Sean Sar, were celebrating their birthdays together on a boat in the Gulf of Mexico. This wasn't a one-time event. It was an annual tradition for these four residents of Odessa, Florida. Every year, they marked their combined birthdays with a boat trip a few miles out to sea. During one of these outings, they encountered an unexpected visitor. Bruce was the first to spot a distant object in the water, although he couldn't immediately identify it. "I thought it was just a floating buoy," he later told ABC News. Traveling at around 20 miles per hour, it was challenging to discern. However, upon closer inspection, the bright orange object turned out to be in motion, indicating signs of life. It was clear that the creature was struggling. "I saw two brown eyes," Bruce recalled. "I almost thought it was a child." Without hesitation, he turned the boat around and approached the object. It was at this point that the group realized they were looking at a little Jack Russell Terrier wearing a life preserver. The boaters were unsure how the dog had ended up in the water or where it had come from, but it was evident that the pup was glad to see them. The small dog eagerly swam toward the approaching boat, and Michael reached out to pull the Jack Russell from the water. Upon closer examination, the party was relieved to find that their unexpected guest appeared to be in good health despite the ordeal at sea. However, the question remained, where had the dog come from? The answer came when Sean made radio contact with the Coast Guard, and they discovered more than just the dog's origin. The Coast Guard said that earlier that morning, they received a report of a dog overboard, explained Sean. The dog, whose name was later revealed to be Jägermeister, had been missing for 3 hours. The Coast Guard asked the party to describe Jägermeister to confirm his identity and noted the boat's location to send a rescue vessel. In the meantime, the boaters took care of Jägermeister, who was understandably shaken by his experience. "He was shaking like a leaf," Robin recounted. They made warming up the little dog their top priority while awaiting the Coast Guard's arrival. "We wrapped towels around him and managed to calm him down within about 30 minutes, Robin recounted. Despite what must have been a traumatic experience, Jägermeister's cheerful personality remained intact. "He was very friendly and very sweet," Robin recalled. Furthermore, the little dog seemed to have an affinity for the water and appeared to enjoy being on the boat. "After he calmed down, he hopped onto the top deck of our boat and sunbathed," Robin continued. Jägermeister's love for the sea was further evident when the Coast Guard arrived. Without hesitation, the dog leaped onto the rescue boat and positioned himself to watch the waves. But how did Jägermeister end up in the ocean all alone? Well, the dog had been on a boat trip with one of his owners, Joey Merrick, who had briefly stopped their boat to check something inside the hull. Although Joey had been gone for only a few minutes, it was enough time for Jägermeister to jump overboard. Joey had been worried sick ever since. Joey later explained that Jägermeister usually swam to a nearby island when the boat stopped, as it was part of his regular routine, so the motionless boat likely confused the Jack Russell. Thanks to the rescue efforts of the Connects and the Sars, Joey was soon reunited with his beloved dog. The rescuers witnessed the heartwarming reunion firsthand. Robin described the moment as wonderful and said it was both heartwarming and heartbreaking. Tears welled up in their eyes as Jägermeister joyfully greeted his owner. He ran up, and the dog started licking his face. Robin continued, "We were all crying. It was really a very, very heartwarming moment. It was very happy." ABC News reported that both Joey Merrick and Jägermeister's other owner, who remained unnamed, were overjoyed with the successful rescue. Merrick described Jägermeister as being like a child to him, and Michael confirmed, "That was probably his life, that dog." So being able to be a part of the rescue was a blessing for them. However, the credit for Jägermeister's survival wasn't solely attributed to the boaters. Merrick also emphasized the importance of the dog's life preserver. "If you love someone, whether they're a dog or a person, put a life preserver on them," Merrick advised. It saved Jägermeister's life, and it could do the same for you or your loved ones.